Hi guys, and to my cat back there licking himself. Thank you all so much for tuning in to another video of mine. I hope everyone is feeling better and recovering from that terrible last week we had. I am just going to dive right in. Today's drawing time lapse is continuing my series of these Asian beauties with this jade, gold, and red color palette. Lately, I've really enjoyed playing with cultural motifs and paying homage to my heritage. So you might be seeing a little bit more of like Asian influence in my artwork coming up. Today I'm feeling really grateful that Graphic has decided to sponsor this video and help me get the word out to you guys about a great place to find reference photos. You guys always ask me where I find my reference photos and how I use them and whether or not it's okay to copy someone else's photograph. And copying a photographer's work and making a reproduction of their photo just by redrawing it or repainting it isn't always the most honest or even legal approach. If you think about it this way, the original photographer of the photo was the original creator of that piece of work, that composition, those colors, the subject, the lighting, and they have a copyright to their creative content. And if you reproduce their work in your art in a way that's too identical or too similar, you could definitely get in trouble. They have every right to sue you or, ask you to stop sharing and stop selling your work if it's using their photo too closely. And so that's why when I use reference photos, I always warp and distort and edit the photos so much that it does not look too much like the original photographer's work. It deviates from the composition and from the features and from the lighting enough that I can make it my own. However, a lot of you guys also mentioned that if you're just starting out, it's not that easy to do what I'm doing. My method is more for people who are very comfortable drawing and painting without relying too heavily on reference. But if you're just starting out and you're still trying to get a good grip on just practicing the fundamentals, and you really do need to copy reference closely in order to practice rendering things realistically, you might feel like you're in a tight spot. So a great way to kind of circumvent that is to look for reference in stock photo sites. Stock photo sites basically offer you a license to use their photos without fear of being sued for copyright infringement. These are photos that the photographers allowed to be put on stock photo sites for people to use, whether it's in their art projects or videos or design. But these photos cost money, and most sites charge you up to $30 per photo license. So with graphic stock, the great thing about that is you can pay one flat annual fee and you'll have unlimited access to the largest stock photo library on the internet with over 300,000 graphics, photos, vectors, and images, and they're all available for unlimited downloads. And every image from graphic stock comes with a 100% royalty-free agreement, which means you are protected and cannot get sued by copyright holders. And you can use these images in any way you want. You can copy them exactly and still sell them and still be able to make money off of them even. If you guys are interested in checking out graphic stock, they were kind enough to give me a 50% off deal for my followers, which means you can get access to their massive image library and royalty-free licensing for only $50 a year. You can check it out at graphicstock.com/holidays or click the link in my description box. I'll have all the information there as well. So this is a great segue into today's topic of discussion, which is, you guessed it, about reference photos. I just want to tell you guys kind of some of my experience with reference photos and how I use them and kind of the repercussions and how I kind of learned my lessons. So actually, when I was in high school, I entered into an art competition, and at the time I wasn't really aware of things like copyrights or intellectual properties and things like that. I was just kind of like a starry-eyed student, and my favorite subject at the time was just drawing realistic portraits of people. And of course, in high school, I drew a lot of my favorite celebrities, my favorite actors and actresses. Anyway, long story short, I copied a photo I found online of a popular male actor, and I just redrew the whole thing very realistically and try my best at photorealism, and it turned out pretty okay. I actually ended up winning the contest that I entered. But then, like a few weeks later, my art teacher came and told me that they were thinking of disqualifying me and I would be stripped of my title because it seemed like all I had done was copy a photo and there was no, I guess, creative input on my part. And like I showed that I had skill, but I didn't show that I could come up with my own original ideas. And I noticed a lot of other entries in that same art contest were people who had made either collages of actual like things they cut out of magazines, but they made a cool creative collage out of them, or they copied their own photos that they had taken themselves, or they, you know, it was some really interesting abstract composition featuring many different elements that they had created from their heads. And mine was kind of the only one that was just copying from a photo I found online. And I luckily didn't get stripped of my title. My art teacher was super sweet. If you're watching this, Miss Mohat, thank you for all of your guidance all those years. I love you. But yeah, she helped defend me in front of the judges, I guess, and they ended up not stripping me of my title. But after that, I learned a really valuable lesson, which is if you're going to be using reference that is someone else's photograph or someone else's creative work, and you're going to be using it in a way where you're reproducing it very closely, and you're going to be sharing the work on a public platform, then, you know, just be very mindful and try to not do that. Unless, of course, you're working with royalty-free images that are legally allowing you to actually use them for whatever project you want, then that's fine. But I just think there could be a potential of getting in trouble, or at least not being well received by the original creator of the artwork or by your peers. So if you're looking to practice and you don't plan on sharing your work at all, like if you're just going to stick it in your sketchbook and you genuinely want to practice, then I feel like it should be okay to use someone else's photo, so long as you don't try to profit from it, whether it be earn money from it or earn publicity from it. But if you are going to profit from a piece of artwork in any way, whether it's monetary or to get more likes, then you really do owe it to yourself and to other artists to come up with your own ideas or use licensed royalty-free photographs. So I hope you guys found these tips useful. Again, these are based on my personal experiences and my personal opinions, so feel free to take it with a grain of salt. If you enjoyed this drawing, I will be selling limited edition prints of this as well as other drawings in the set at happyd-artist.com. And as always, if you would like a closer look at my technique, there is a non-sped up real-time version of this video available at my Patreon page at patreon.com/happydartist. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I actually have a question for you. What do you guys think about possibly seeing more diverse content on this channel? I know I do a lot of voiceovers and time lapses, but would you guys like to see some videos on maybe me taking you to the art supply store, or I don't know, frame shopping, or going to gallery openings, or doing kind of fun artsy lifestyle videos where I can kind of show you guys the different angles and avenues of being an artist? I'm thinking something like day in the life of being an artist, or weekend for an artist, things like that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I would love to hear input. Of course, if you prefer me to focus on doing time lapses, I can always do that. I will definitely never compromise the time lapses I do. I love doing them. They will still be the heart of my channel. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in seeing a little bit more. Yeah, I just feel like I live in such a vibrant city, and the art scene here is so great that I really want to share it with you guys, for those of you who don't get to live in a community where there's a lot of artsy stuff going on. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, a great week. Let's stay positive, let's stay strong, and I will catch you guys next time.